Why would we want thermal imaging inside of a ghost hunt? Not heat. What are we looking for? Cold spots. Yeah, we're looking for cold spots. So, you guys are overthinking it, okay? Tone it down a little bit. Have some fun.
I didn't know it was a pop quiz.
No, I know. I'm going to throw tests at you all night long. So, with this particular camera, you guys should be able to see me in here, right? Red, orange, and yellow guy. This will probably work out for me tonight. That means I'm the hottest thing inside the frame right now. Yes, there you go, ladies. My wife hates that joke. She really does. But I bring that up on purpose because Davion's going to be looking for anything blue or black. That's going to be our cold spots. What I'm looking for out of those particular spots is that it's going to move or take shape. When I say take shape, I want it to have head, shoulders, moving arms and legs. That's what I'm looking for out of this particular camera. So, now, will this capture something every single night? Not necessarily. I will tell you, and I like to give you guys stats just so you know what you're looking at. I get something that I'll put my stamp of approval on about 4 or 5 times per year on this camera, where I'm like, that is definitely paranormal activity. So, with that said, I also have a blue dot bouncing around the screen for you. That blue dot is there to show you the coldest spot in the frame at that moment. I'm looking for 15-degree temperature drops. It is 66 degrees out here ambient for us, which means I'm looking for 51 degrees and below. Okay, so that kind of gives you guys an idea. Very scientific report. This got really serious for some of you guys, didn't it?
Wow.
Now, this is also, that's what I'm here for. So this is a FLIR thermal imaging camera. So what does that mean for you guys? This is not an app you can go home and download. Okay, this is actually something that they would sell to a fireman because they can use it to quickly throw on their phone to go into the burning building. Okay, so this is the real deal. So, Davian, that is your start and stop button.
Can you verify that mine is
Sorry, I can see all the indicators.
Sorry. I now can tell by the window.
And we're recording all of this right here. The point as well. All right, guys, let's gather around. Let me kind of give you the gist of why we're here. Not yet. All right, so I will tell you this is a very weird spot, first off, but we're in a parking lot. Congratulations, everybody, you made it. So this is where I start withholding information on all communication devices. So this is where I will not be giving you questions like what color was George Washington's white horse. You will be getting the answers from your spirit boxes and communication devices. It's actually weird that I kind of gave 2 communication devices to the parents. Sorry, just point that out in my own brain, like how the hell I did that tonight. Am I assuming that right? You guys both the parents?
Yeah.
Okay. I never know.
So she says.
So she says. So she says no.
That's recorded. She looks like you. She looks like me. We're good. Yeah.
She's got a point.
Wow. What did I start tonight?
War.
Right? Okay, so where the heck are you? You are at the Charles and Eliza Pinckney Mansion. Okay, so here's how the layout is. The mansion actually sat in the front of the space facing East Bay Street. Eliza's garden was lined up with 5 Fridge Restaurant, came all the way across, and we are standing in the servant and slave homes for the quarters. So quarters for the home. So with that said, who the heck were these people? Charles and Eliza had a son named Charles, and they had a nephew named Charles. That's 3 different Chucks. That's why we look for secondary clues, because I need to know which one is here so we know how to address them. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Perfect, especially the communication devices. You guys are really on point. So the son and the nephew were signers of the Constitution for South Carolina. That's a big deal for us, but I hate politics more than the kids here, right? We're going to move on. If I don't give those gentlemen that recognition, they do it for me very nastily through a spirit box. So I always make sure I give them their recognition, and then we just move on. I'll explain more about that before we leave the space. Now, we're going to be discussing Eliza, much better, and we're still in Women's History Month, right? Yeah, we're still in March. Look at me. I'm going to be talking about women all night long, just so you guys know. She's like, so when?
I know. I'm ready. I'm telling you.
No, Eliza marries Charles at a young age according to today's standards. I say it slowly because if you're going to ask her how old she was when she got married, do not expect numbers from the colonial days that she came from when young ladies got married at the ages of 12 and 14. Think of today's standard because the husband was over double her age when they married. It was creepy then, it's creepy now. I'm just going to point that out. Sometimes I have to put my foot in my mouth because sometimes I have a couple in my group that's at that large age gap between them and they're like, hey Nick, I'm like, oh crap, there we go. I kind of like, I wait to see if I actually have a couple of them that age. But anyway, Eliza married him because her father was over in England. He thinks he's dying. He's trying to bring all of his children home one last time so he can see them. Eliza didn't believe he was dying. And instead, she stayed put right here, got married. It's 1744, everybody. You don't get married in that year to get a green card. We're not a country. It's not a thing. She did marry him out of love. This is a true love story, believe it or not. There's nothing horrific about this location. This is actually a happy place. So, with that said, she was correct. Dad did not die right away. Instead, he starts sending her gifts from England to where you're standing. One of those gifts happens to be the plant seeds of indigo. That is a plant that makes blue dye that makes her blue jeans blue. Some of you are wearing it tonight because that's what we use it for now. When Eliza got her seeds, she didn't know what to do with them. She had to learn from her servants and slaves how to keep it cultivated. It's obviously not hot here all the time. So when she did that, she learned how to make the dye, moved to a cash crop, got a hold of Dad, and told him that the rice plantations are going downhill. They were going to make a killing with their new indigo crops. She was correct. Because now we have an international businesswoman during colonial times. Something absolutely unheard of. Now, that's the boring business stuff of Eliza. I tried to fly through it as quickly as I could based on the age group that we have here tonight. So let's kind of show you how this is actually going to work. I'm going to give the communication device people a set of focus questions. So what does that mean? You can ask these things out loud. You can just focus on them. You can also keep in mind that we have 3 cameras running plus my voice recorder. If you're asking me a question, Amber, the answer might go to my voice recorder. It might actually come up on Alonzo's device. It might go anywhere. That's why I love to use this many devices. Even if it was just 2 people showing up, we're still going to have 2 communication devices among the 3 of us, just to kind of verify what's actually happening. If you go rogue and do not use the questions that I give to you, by all means, the only thing I'm going to ask is that you're respectful while we're here and that they're not yes/no questions. Okay, there's always a way to reword the question, and yes, I will catch you. I'm the bad English guy, right? So we're actually going to start off with Amber's headset because hers is probably going to give us the most. The 4 things that you're going to be focused on is going to be wrapped around Eliza's death. So she's pretty open about talking about it. The 4 things that we get: how old were you when you died? What did you die from? Where are you buried? Which president was a pallbearer at your funeral? So if that doesn't tell you how important the young lady was, I don't know what will. So the 2 of you are actually going to be kind of working together with your devices. Again, it's kind of weird. I didn't set this up this way on purpose, forcing you to work with your wife. Hopefully she's going to be okay with that. So you're going to be looking for Eliza's initials, E-L-P, in that order. No anagram, no mix or scramble, that kind of thing. So I want them all next to each other. The reason why is because those are her full initials, but she's the second wife named Eliza from Charles, back to back. The first wife, also named Eliza, has a maiden name that starts with the letter L as well. I'm not going to tell you either one of those are. You're going to hopefully find out through the box using. You can find out which Eliza's here. So far we have 3 Chucks, 2 Elizas. Yeah, see how I got to keep all this stuff straight? Now, do you see a mansion that's standing over there in the front of this lot? Okay, you're going to ask what the hell happened to it. In the event that you get the what, we often get 2 or 3 numbers and the exact date of when that tragedy occurred. I'm giving you a clue that it was a tragedy that happened to the mansion. I'm not telling you any of that. I think I pretty much got everybody down. I do have to keep Alonzo with me for just a minute so I can show him how to operate that thing. But you guys are going to spread out in the lot in the event that people are cutting through the lot and you have a camera, just point it in the opposite direction. We are the weirdos tonight, just so you know. We have people that walk by us all night long and just say, what the hell are you guys doing? In the events that we walk by another ghost store tonight, we're actually allowed to go up to 20 people in the city of Charleston. I don't do it. I only go to 10 to 12 people. So I set everything up for 10, and then I'm kind of like, do I really want to go up to 11 or 12 tonight? I didn't tonight. I wanted to stick to the 9 once we actually got up to that point. Talking about something long. No.
True. Okay.
Know your ghost.
That's true.
Okay. And this is why you guys come to see me.
I teach
First
you
thing I heard clearly. I was like, oh.
But we also are near Big John's, who is from this century. Tumor. Very interesting.
Wait, was the car accident and tumor together?
No.
Oh, okay.
The tumor by itself is interesting. The car accident is like, I don't know if that happened to Big John. Because we are still close enough in proximity. Again, they do intersect even though they're from 2 different centuries. All right. So yeah, get yourself unmuted and let's spread out. And I'll kind of do 1 or 2 round robins with everybody to kind of see what's going on, and then I'll yank this back and give you all the answers. But let me show you a few things. But oh yeah, unmuted. It takes a second to warm up. Yes, sir.
Briella.
I love how slow everyone's walking.
What, baby?
I love how slow everyone's walking.
Huh?
I said I love how slow everyone's walking. Oh. Ghosty, ghosty.
Remember, ask them
79.
79. Did I go come right now?
No, wait, just wait, Aiden.
A second ago, we really saw
Oh,
something right there.
yeah.
So ask them.
Ask them to
That's
raise
the-
his
Mine
right
was raise
hand.
your right hand.
That's the
But
tree.
it did say something
Yeah, I
about the
think
tree.
it's about a tree, about the
Mine
leaves.
was red.
Because mine's
what's
still
that?
on 66.
18?
Yeah,
Mine flicked to red.
I think it's the tree, baby.
No, but we're getting probably
Okay, well then try right here.
right here. I mean, this is for. What is some? Cause mine went up to here, like where it was set. But I don't know if that. Wait, Mom, did you say anything?
Oh, just...
Let's walk this way. Let's go to this corner.
Elizabeth. Oh, Eliza, not Elizabeth.
Oh.
You're only going to get like 15 to 20 times all night.
Oh, you did a good job.
No, we're giving you the accurate. not about the artist, it's about the actual lyric that you heard. But a lot of the teenagers will tell me that they heard Harry Styles or whoever they recognize on the radio. There's a live version of Harry. So that's kind of how people think. So, Davion, just because I know you're probably going to be on this spirit box next, just so you guys know, like with these kind of spirit boxes, I don't accept things that are cliches from TV shows like Get Out or You're Gonna Die kind of stuff. Like that's not a thing. Unless I ask for it, the ghosts that we work with tonight know the key word in order to tell me that they're done talking. Like they all have a keyword. So that's kind of the thing.
Wait, what's
so,
the keyword?
like they're gonna say something specific through the spirit box to let me know they don't want to talk anymore. That's the kind of the thing.
Well, I automatically know.
You won't know. I will. That's why I say you're gonna tell me all this other thing.
Oh, okay. What things have you heard yet?
Well, they want to dance with somebody.
Apparently, in a car accident.
Yeah, in 98.
98.
I got to 2.6 on here, and then but that wasn't the same on this, because like literally a millisecond I got to right here.
So, you heard that? Tell him that.
Girls just want to have fun.
Tell him that. That's from a song.
Oh well. I'm making mental notes.
That you don't remember stuff.
I will remember that. I remember everything.
I accidentally called her Elizabeth.
Do you know like anything that's close to here that was buried?
Seeds were buried here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Remember we talked about the seed where they're the guy. Be about what
Like,
happened.
a seed that
Like, say, go ahead. Hold it up, see. Have a look and see.
let's see if there's any seeds on the ground.
No, not seeds on the ground.
Yeah, but it's gonna be.
Do you think that, Mom? Mom,
Health issues.
you hear it again?
Health issues.
Health issues. Do you think that's how she died?
Maybe.
Do we know how she died? Does he know?
He knows.
Tell him that. Ask him if that's how she died.
Huh?
Ask him if that's how she died. Huh? What'd you say, Bryn?
She's excited to tell me something. You got something?
Health issues?
Health issues. I like it.
That's what
And tell him about the
That's
song.
up to her.
Mom.
Girls just want to have fun.
Funny as
you got.
it is. Do. See if you
Is
get
this
the word
supposed to sound like a radio like this?
Yes.
And
So
you're
it
good.
was
Hey,
buried in a field.
you ask, you listen for anything
that sounds, anything that you can make out, whatever it is, you say.
I'm
But
gonna do that
you
next. I
can-
want to do that so bad.
But you can ask for Eliza. How did you die? And
How
I
old
got,
were you when you died?
Yeah, ask her how old she was, because I got 98 and she said it was not her. And this is what, 2.5?
Yeah.
2.5?
Yeah, 2.5. And by the way, if you do hit it like that, it will go up. So if you do see that and you accidentally hit
Well,
it,
yeah, because it's electric. You know, it's electricity.
Eliza, how old were you whenever you died?
Have you seen anything cool yet?
Nothing below 58.
Have you heard something yet? Have you heard like buzzing? Huh?
Davion, you got anything?
Nothing below 58.
Okay. No blue people walking towards you?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Now, with your camera and Christina's camera, I don't always follow up at the real time because they are small.
Okay.
I send all videos to YouTube so you guys can watch them on your TV. I watch them on a computer.
Okay.
So it's not always a real-time find. A lot of times it's about doing the review the next day. And you're like, oh my God, check this shit out. That's the kind of mentality that comes up with this.
Okay. Most of this stuff is blue though, because it's like.
Well, the ground is
chilling
going to be
outside.
consistent of different material, so that's why you got all the different colors on the ground. When I'm watching this part of the video, I'm normally watching the wall to see if a blue dot is going to come across the wall in some way.
Okay.
What do you got, Aiden?
65.1.
Nice.
Oh, 31.2 right there.
So I'm gonna keep it towards the wall. The wall is.
Very creative.
Let's kind of yank this to the back.
58.
Alright, so we're going to cover the
I'm
cover the quick answer. Yeah, go ahead and get started. With those cameras, again, they don't have to be on me. Actually, the best option for you guys is to get a few going down the alley. In the event that other tours are going to come in here, because it is a good chance that they will.
Are freaking me out.
That they will come out of that ivory wall. So in the event they're coming out of the ivory wall, Amber, you just kind of lower your camera a little bit. And then Christina, you'll point yours directly at the ground. You know, just kind of hold it down.
got it.
So, she's doing a great job already. All right, so we obviously I have to write down I am Scott. Is that what you heard? Okay. Anything else that you may have heard? That stood out to you?
Not like that would.
Okay. I'm not gonna put your paycheck on it. Yeah. Amanda, what'd you get out of yours?
Globe?
Oh, I was talking to the other one.
Oh, nothing. Nothing. She said she might have heard music.
I thought it said music.
Okay. Amanda, number 2.
Globe.
Anything else?
No.
No. She did get Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Alonzo, go ahead and give us a fresh reset on your device. That'd be the green dial. EMF meters. So Aiden, you're not going to give me anything below an 8 at this location. With the other two, so that would be really yours is definitely back to the 2.5 because I'm still learning about it, and definitely tell me any colors you get out of there. The reason for the 8 on Aiden's is because we are near 2 lamp posts. So it does give off a little bit of electricity. So I wanna make sure
Kelsey
those
Ballerini or something like that.
so, welcome to Philadelphia Alley. So, I know that this is talking and can be very boring for the kids, so I will breeze through this as quickly as I can so we can go get back to work at the next location.
Pass it down.
I got it. Like, there's little seats all over the place, just your size. So, this is Philadelphia Alley, but it used to be called Duelers Alley. So, this is where some of the duels used to occur for the city of Charleston. Exactly. So Alonzo, you're going to be specifically looking for the letters R-I in that particular order. That's the major initials, and of course anything being spelled out for us.
Our graveyard.
So here's how
Dang,
the story
mine are
goes.
stuck in the
Every ghost
twos.
store comes down
Look.
here. Literally every ghost store comes down.
Watch it. Make sure
You
you
You said 2.5, right?
2.5.
So with that said, I was actually going to take this out of my route. I do change this up every year. I add one space and I take one out. I tried to take the Pinky Mansion site out because I was getting very rude ghost hunters like on your end, and like, come on Eliza, and then they're going to take a leak in the corner, and I was getting very nasty messages coming through. However, that's why I always tell, that's the space that I go through every night, and I tell Eliza all of your names. It's kind of a pact that I have with her, so keep allowing me to come there, so that way I don't get nasty messages. Somebody voices to come out of that location. So it's kind of a weak stretch, but
She got 2.6.
And 5.
Ooh,
Well, he wants anything your highest.
yeah.
It's a strong 2.5
Is it
right
staying
now.
at 2.6?
Yeah.
Right now it's staying at 2.5.
Okay, then that's a man-made object. It's probably coming from the lamppost because we have
Okay.
electrical lines in here. So if it stays there,
Oh, well, it's moving.
just
It's
went up to red.
fluctuating,
yeah,
but
between like 2.3 to 2.7.
He said
Uh-huh.
he said that this went up to red.
If it went to like a 2.6 to a 10 and then back down to 1, I would probably count that as maybe an anomaly happening. But it hovering in the same number is usually coming from a man-made
Oh yeah,
object.
it's staying at 2.5 right
Yeah,
now.
that's definitely coming from the lampposts around us. All right, so with this location is a big old cliche. Let's get into it. Some of the duels used to occur
Starting
down here.
one day.
So when I say, some of the duels is because dueling was illegal during the 1700s, and they had to find hiding spots. This just happened to be one of them. So here's how the story goes. A doctor moves down here from Rhode Island. There's your first RI, Alonzo. So that's part of the reason why you're looking for RI is that Rhode Island of where he came from. So he moves down here. His name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. Any event that they be on here is the song Brown Eyed Girl while we're here. It is not coincidence. You get it all the time because it's part of the doctor's name. We've even gotten the word Brown that shows up on the word list that Amanda did. So back to Doc. He moves here because he's supposed to get married to his fiancee, Amanda. I know. So Amanda just inherited a bunch of money from her dead parents. So she has an attorney helping her out with all of this cash flow. Now, the attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after Amanda's money. So he tells Amanda to get rid of the doctor. So Doc moves down here to Charleston to prove that he's not. And on his way into town, the coachman he had set him up to be robbed and killed. So it's kind of like having a really bad Uber driver in today's terms, if you really think about it. So somebody was walking by and seeing what was about to happen because he knew the driver. The person walking by, his name was Ralph Isaacs. There's your second RI. We were getting the letters RI all the time on the Red Spirit box, so I bought the device that Alonzo's using specifically for this location. I've had it for about a year, and we've had the RI show up about half a dozen times, and it's always been whenever I say Ralph's name. So now we know where it's referenced to. Back to Ralph. He tells the doc, dude, I know this guy, the coachman. He's going to try to kill you. Come with me. I got friends at 59 Church Street. You can rent a room, and you'll be safe and good to go. Doc took him up on the offer, and the two gentlemen became friends. Now, the longer the doctor stays here in Charleston, the more money he's making. He's proving his point. He's not after Amanda's money. He's making his own. She gets wind of this, and she's moving down so they can be married, and Dr. Ladd then became known as the Whistling Doctor. This is why I hate the story. Whistling ghosts are a big old cliche. Every haunted city you're ever going to visit in the future is going to have a whistling ghost, I promise. Ours just happens to be a doctor. Moving forward of why we're in Jeweler's Alley with these two gentlemen. So, Dr. Ladd and Ralph go see plays together. They can't sit next to each other because the doctor makes more money. That's the hierarchy of Charleston. So, on their way home from seeing Richard III, they're arguing over the new actress that they just saw. Dr. Ladd thought she was great. Ralph didn't think so. They start arguing, and then Ralph starts insulting the doctor's fiancée, Amanda, back home in Rhode Island. So, it got really ugly, and they go their separate ways. So, I told you Ralph has friends around town. He goes to his friends at the newspaper, and he puts an ad in the paper telling the whole city of Charleston what he thinks of the doctor. Kind of a, you're a disgrace to society kind of stuff. Doc saw the ad, but rebutted with, let's go to Jeweler's Alley. We're going to settle this once and for all. He can't fit down here. Normally there's a big old hole, like right in the center. He's probably just trying to turn around.
I got a 46.3.
46.3? You sure you don't have a cell phone on you?
Yes. Doesn't even have a watch right now.
So, again, Doc says, let's go to Jeweler's Alley. Somebody's going to die. Keep in mind that this argument that they're having started over an actress. Kind of dumb and stupid, right? So, they came down here, back to back. They put their 10 paces from each other. They turn. The doctor points his gun in the air.
2.8.
He shoots his gun. He only has one bullet, and he shoots it in the air. He didn't want to kill his friend. He just wanted to have the courage and bravery to show up to the fight.
What the force? It's up.
She just kind of rumbled it on the ground. That shows energy, which is going to measure it into that.
That's what I was showing him.
So, if she shakes it, she'll get a high number too. So, because it's creating energy. But Ralph still has his one bullet during this duel. He hasn't shot it out yet. He puts it into the kneecap on the doctor. The doctor didn't die. He fell to the ground. His friends picked him up, took him home to 59 Church Street, where he died 10 days later, on November 2nd of 1786, after refusing medical treatment. So, I'm going to point out two things. First off, it's 1786 when this whole thing went down. Gunshot wounds back then, a lot different than what they are now. Secondly, he's a doctor, guys. He probably just had lead poisoning and tried to bleed it out himself. He just failed because he died. Now, every ghost tour tells you to listen for the whistles while you're here. You guys hear how quiet it is?
Yeah.
It is like this on a busy Saturday afternoon. It is always this quiet down here, unless, of course, there's a number of tours here, which is a common thing. It's just kind of a rarity that we don't have anybody else down here with us. Everybody tells you to listen for the whistles. We have 3 cameras running, plus my voice recorder. We're going to capture a whistle. It'll be on one of those 4 devices. Secondly, the red spirit box that Davion's using, I can't tell you how many times we've actually had the whistling part of a song and the word doctor from a commercial show up immediately after. And also withholding information about the doctor from all of you. So in the event that you guys capture things over there at the next location, you're not going to know why it's relevant until I tell you. Like, that's the whole point. I'd like to withhold information so you guys have a genuine experience. Now, if you're going to try this on your own without me and walk all the way through the alley and use the voice recorders from your phones trying to capture the whistle, just keep in mind that every local knows this story. Anybody walking up and down Cumberland Street or Queen Street is going to throw a whistle down the alley. So if you did hear the word story, but I tell stories all night long, so I kind of threw it out the window. It's kind of like it's too easy. But everybody throws a whistle down here, including me. So just kind of keep that in mind when you guys are doing this on your own, especially since I got thrown out of here. Let's talk about that, because that's exactly why we go to the next location. So it's like I just got your attention. A little bit. It's actually funny drama. So here's how this one goes. So in a nutshell, the alley didn't go all the way through the way we came in. There was a wall up there. The reason why is because this is where they kept the livestock for the city of Charleston. It used to be called Cow Alley before it was Dueler's Alley. What does that mean for you guys? That means that the bricks down at the other side, down by Queen Street, are older than the ones you're standing on. Those are sun-dried bricks from slave children. There's a full handprint from a slave child down there in one of those bricks. Handprint, right in the brick. Fingerprint swipes and others. I used to take my groups all the way through just for a history lesson. There's nothing paranormal about it. We all need to see how far away we've come away from all of the slave readings. So I took my group down there on November 26th, 2020, and I told them we're just going to walk by it. They all huddled around that damn brick waiting for something to happen. I also treat that brick the same way I do a grave. That kid's not there, guys. It's the last place you're going to find him. So I'm trying to shoo him along because we're also standing outside the dining room window of the beautiful mansion at the end of the alley. I'm just trying to be respectful. I didn't realize that I was out of bounds. I was still new at this. So the new owner of that mansion came out screaming. My daughter thought it was great because she was on the tour that night. Her dad getting yelled at. She was all loud. So we moved on. The next day was Thanksgiving. I don't tour on Thanksgiving simply because I worked in upper management for Walmart, and you guys like to fight over towels on Thanksgiving. Yeah, I was the guy that had to break up those fights. So you guys struggling for life. I don't tour on Thanksgiving. The next day was the 28th. I got a hold of my partner and I told him what happened, and he's like, dude, you're not allowed to go down that far. It's residential. You're only allowed to go down halfway. Somebody already filed a complaint, and they were right. So he's like, you got to reroute your group. Here's what happened. I told my group that night because I'm sold out again for Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. And I told him, I don't believe in the next story. I've never had anything happen up there, especially with my equipment. And I'm not into pirates. I'm into vampires. Obviously, we're discussing pirates next, in case you guys didn't pick up on that. So, before we left the space, somebody with a spirit box heard the name Anne. I didn't tell them which pirate we're going to be investigating. The female pirate, Anne Bonny. So I was kind of like, okay, maybe we're going to get something. He just recognized that name from Black Sails. I guarantee it. Or Black Flag, right? Assassin's Creed?
No,
No?
I've just heard it before.
Oh. It's probably from Assassin's Creed, sorry. I see teenage kids, I think they're in a video game. So, but anyway, so we go up and around the corner, and I told him what I did know about piracy, which wasn't very much, by the way, because I only had a few hours of research, and it's not a topic I was really that into. Somebody else heard the number 300 coming out of their spirit box. I didn't know what that meant. I wrote it down, I did the research for them, and it turns out we were there on November 28th of 2020, and Bonnie's trial for piracy was November 28th of 1720.
Wow.
We were there on the exact 300th anniversary of her pirate trial.
Oh,
Now, I
wow.
didn't really get the oh wows. I was actually quite pissed off. Let me explain. I have a master's degree in creative writing. When I'm writing anything, and especially doing ghost hunting and research for this, I need facts and data. problem with pirate stories is that they come from pirate lore, which was written 100 years after the golden age of piracy, the days of life. So I've read more books on pirates than I've ever wanted to in my entire life. I've watched more documentaries, played more video games than I've ever wanted to on pirates, just to get a different version of the story. Just know that everything we're about to discuss at the next location came from a minimum of 2 resources of every sentence that will fall out of my mouth. So we'll see what happens. It's a 50-50 roll of the dice if we'll be there. We will be able to spread out like what we did at the Pinckney Mansion site, and it is a little bit more of a free-for-all, like where you guys can ask your own questions. So with that particular location in the Pinckney Mansion, you can see why I kind of try to keep it controlled, especially around the Children Act, things of that nature. So before we leave the space, because I can already see like some of the kids are falling asleep with all of this talking, the gate behind me, I also like to point this out because with kind of a point of reference, I told you about the wall up this way, right? Yeah. So in the event that there was a loser to the duel down here, this gate behind me was the shortcut to get to the cemetery on the other side of the wall. Otherwise, they're taking the dead body all the way down to Queen Street. You guys are all looking for Remy. He lives here. We're in his house. Nobody knows who Remy is. Thank you. It's a rat, actually.
A rat, sorry.
So, yes.
At least I knew it was what it was.
Small critter, 4 legs.
I was looking for Ratatouille then.
But again, I like to point out the gate just because it is kind of a creep factor of like why it's actually here. The wrought iron was probably put there in the early 1900s, but you can definitely see that the archway is part of the original wall. That's why it was put here for that purpose. So that way they can go celebrate the winter quicker by just dropping the body in the hole that they already pre-dug. You guys ready to learn about some rated R pirates now?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's the day we have to leave by noon, I think. Dad was trying to make us dinner reservations for Thursday night.
Do it.
Well, I said we leave at noon that day, so
Yeah, but we can still like be down here.
I don't want to be down here and then have to drive almost 10 hours.
Come on. Just for him.
He can make it tomorrow night. We don't have plans tomorrow night. Tomorrow's going to be our beach day.
Well, he already made the reservations. The reservation.
No, he says may make a reservation for your dinner.
Okay, I'm gonna make some food. Dinner.
I don't believe it. Let's just imagine.
He said it's that mouse.
The reason why it's at 8 to 12 is because people were trying to like bring 4 and 5-year-olds to this, and I know they're having fun, but you want to like think that they're like talking and things like that amongst you. Bring 4 or 5-year-olds to this. That's why my tickets went up to 8 to 12. I know that the kids are watching YouTubers. I know that they're watching the TV shows, and I know that some of this history can be long for them. But at the same token, they have gadgets in their hands of what they're watching on TV. So that's part of the reason why I'm like, my wife's like, how do you want to do this with the kids? You know, and once I told her like the 4 and 5-year-olds, like it's like it doesn't matter what I say. Like I'm literally just walking around. So that's kind of like how that, you know, that introduced. But that young lady over there, like that was completely ignorant. Yeah.
What did she understand?
She,
I
we were
didn't
walking
even
by,
hear her,
and
yeah.
one of the kids was like pretty close to me, and she was about to drop the F-bomb or something along those lines, and she's like, "That's exactly why I don't do family-friendly tours, you guys."
Oh,
Like I get it, but I'm also.
but that's why you're booked.
So that's picking up all of the
Oh my
lines of the
God.
garage.
Oh, that was the tree. That was the tree.
That's all the garage.
Oh,
All the garage.
buzzkill.
All these bodies are
It was
hanging.
like moving.
Yeah, but remember when
I thought it was too for a second.
Yeah,
and
you
then I
got
saw the
super
tree.
excited.
No, I got super scared.
You got scared.
Dude, that is like creepy as crap.
If you have it spelled out, I want to know what it is.
dry January. Just kidding.
Heard
So-
turbulence.
Just so you guys know, the next location that we go to is our last stop, but we're going to take it up a notch, and we're going to be doing the Estes method. Anybody know what that is?
That's what he's been wanting to do.
It's good because he's the only one with a headphone spirit box, so he's going to be the one underneath. However, there's 2 other participants that are going to be involved with this. One from each group. Hang on one second. So here's how this is going to go. And of course, parents and whatnot, you guys can discuss this as we kind of move through this location. But the Estes method, if you're not familiar with it,
Do you want to?
in a
Because you
nutshell,
said this is boring.
he is going to be blindfolded and have his headphones on. And he's not going to hear me or know the history of the location. Now, the second person is going to be under a VR helmet. The VR is going to create images that is going to be complementary to the conversation that is going to be happening between me and Davion. So that's person number 2. I'm trying something new tonight with a brand new device that I don't always get to use, just because the location of where we use it can be very noisy, and I usually wait for super quiet nights. However, I thought I would try it along with this experiment. That person, third person, will be wearing a set of headphones to my very crazy voice recorder that can hear a frog fart from 3 miles away. They will be looking for disembodied voices that will be coming through. So we will have 3 people seated on a bench, 1 from every party. And basically what will happen is I will take the other 6 of you and I will teach you the history of that location, so when we come back, you get to watch it unfold. That's the creepy factor of it, because the 3 people on the bench have no idea what they're looking for, what they're listening for, or listening for. So kind of keep that in mind. I've never done this with the new voice recorder, so I thought it would be a good additive, because again, that one location, it's been getting very raucous down here with all of the spring breakers coming in. So I haven't been able to go to that new location for this year because it needs to be completely quiet. Can't do that at the location, so we're going to do it in the park that we're going to do. So we're going to see how this actually goes. So what I'm thinking, and this is how this is going to go, is I'm thinking Davion's going to be blindfolded. So I'm thinking either Ava is going to be watching the... How do I want to do this? No, I'm going to give her the headset so she can listen in, and it's going to be intense. Like, it is very... Like, she's going to hear every little rustle on the ground. My shoe is scraping the ground and we can't hear it right now. She's going to hear it. Yeah. And then I think between the 2 of you, you guys can fight over who's going to go on and
Not fight. He remembers.
Because you've had kind of a
I'll
long
hear the
night
story
with
from
the
you.
device.
But I don't. Maybe I'm not the good person then.
I want you to be underneath that VR, and you're going to be describing what you see out of it. So I think this is actually going to work out really well. Mom and Dad, you guys okay with her going underneath that voice recorder?
I think he may have better memory of what he hears.
Well, we're also going to be recording the entire thing.
True. I don't know.
So
Do
again,
you really want to do it?
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Do you care?
that's fine
All right,
too.
You're fine.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
All right, so let's talk about why we're here. I just wanted to kind of give everybody the heads up of like what was coming, because it's a lot different than what we've been doing. The little tiny building over there. So some of you asked me when we entered the space, what does a church parking lot have to do with pirates? We're not, I mean, we are in a church parking lot, but we're really here for that building right there. By the way, those are not crosses on the building. Those are earthquake bolts. That is the gunpowder magazine.
Oh, wow.
Earthquake bolts, what are those? Those are turnbuckles. They go all the way through the building and look just like that on the other side. If we have another earthquake, you can tighten them, and it tightens the building so it doesn't incur any further damage. It's a great idea, it just doesn't work. The only reason I bring them up is because it's actually part of the reason why we're here. By the way, there is so much information here. I'm going to go super quick with this one because some of the kids get very bored with the longevity of this. So I'll breeze through it and slow down on some of the twists for the people that will understand the twists. But anyway, back to the earthquake bolts. Those are the first set of earthquake bolts that Charleston ever put in. The reason why is because that's the oldest government building in South Carolina. So they needed something to be able to protect it. It was finished in 1713. We are here because that building was being constructed at the same time that Anne Bonny was coming here to start her new life. It's what I call a familiar. Now, for those of you that watch the TV shows, you've seen the Boo Buddy. That's the teddy bear with the little blinky light device in there, right? So they use that to try to attract the child ghost because the child would recognize it as a toy. Think of that concept with the building. We don't have many buildings this old. Hopefully she's going to be here at the same time we are. Hopefully we also get bleed over from Dr. Ladd in the event that Anne is not here. You can see why I kind of twofold this location. So the building was finished in 1713, but took 10 years to build. Does that sound like our government? Small building? 10 years? No, not at all. But our history begins right in the middle of it. 1708. Young lady moves here from Ireland. Her name is Anne Cormack. She comes here with her father and his mistress. The mistress is Anne's mother. Is everybody with me so far? Does people understand what a mistress is? Yeah. So the 3 of them are running away from her father's angry wife. That was that wife that she kicked them out of the country. So they land in Georgetown. That's between us and Myrtle Beach. Dad bought a plantation up there, but Mom died pretty quickly. That means Dad is now sending young Ann down here to sell things from the plantation to help keep things afloat. Hence the familiar building. Now, Anne back home in Ireland, when she was a little girl, 7, 8, 9 years old, they say she killed a servant with a knife to the belly. So just giving you the mentality of this young lady as we kind of move forward and through her history. Now, fast forward, the building's done in 13, but by 1715, pirates are starting to come through Charlestown. Anne is stoked. The reason why, she's going to fall in love with one of these guys so she can earn her freedom, just like a man. So, the first guy she fell in love with is James Bonney. You already know where this one's going because I've already told you her pirate name. Dad didn't approve. He's a filthy pirate. They ran away to Jamaica. They got married. Now, when they get down there and they're married, Anne realizes that her new husband is not the Captain Jack Sparrow that she was hoping for. This guy turns out to be a privateer. He's a spy for the British. He's a coward. This isn't who she wants. She falls in love again. Guy number 2. This is John Rackham, but everybody calls him Calico Jack. This is the guy that they based your Johnny Depp character off of, in case you were wondering. He has his own ship. He has his own crew. Anne wants to be part of that crew. You can't put a female on a pirate ship because it's bad luck. I'm trying to keep it family-friendly for the kids involved. I usually throw that question back to you guys, and I get some really nasty answers. But anyway, he makes a deal with her. If you dress like a guy and look like the crew, you could be part of the crew. She's okay with this because Dad used to cross-dress her as a boy apprentice back home in Ireland to hide her from his wife. She gets it. It's a man's world. For the adults in the room, put 2 and 2 together. She's a female in his quarters. She's eventually going to get pregnant. You cannot have a pregnant pirate dude on the crew. Somebody's going to figure out that she's a girl and get rid of Jack as captain. They'll vote him off. So he drops her off in Cuba. Have the baby over here, come back later. Figure it out. She goes and has that baby, but returns without a baby. We have no idea what happened to the child, by the way, but she also comes back dressed as a female. This makes Jack pretty angry. Now everybody's going to know he got a girl on the ship. To make him even more mad, she's going to go flirting with the pirate crew he just captured. They're down below deck. Guy number 3, in case you guys were losing track. Guy number 3 turns out to be a female, dressed like a guy to be part of the crew that Calico Jack just captured. So now we have 2 females dressed like males on the same ship, trying to be pirates. Her name is Mary Reed. She went by Mark Reed to become a pirate. Now, Anne and Mary became friends for sure, maybe lovers, we're not really sure because of the time frame. But the British find out where they are. They send a whole fleet of ships to come take down one pirate ship. The rumor is Anne and Mary were the only 2 pirates not drunk enough to come up and fight with 1-bullet flintlock guns. They don't know how to use cannon yet. They haven't been pirates for very long. So, 2 ladies with 1-bullet guns can obviously not take on a whole fleet of Navy ships. They get arrested, and as they're being arrested, Anne looks at her captain in bow, Calico Jack, and she says, "I'm so sorry to see you here, Jack, but if you would have fought like a man, you wouldn't be hanged like a dog." The word dog shows up a lot on all of the communication devices that we're using tonight. The judge wants to see the 2 men, quote-unquote, that fought back so valiantly on their own. Calico Jack and the drunken pirates, they're already dead and gone. He's already tried and hung them. So Anne and Mary go in front of this judge and reveal their gender, hoping to save themselves. The judge doesn't care that they're female. They're still pirates. He's going to hang them anyway. They scream out, "We plead our bellies," which means they're claiming to be pregnant. You can't hang a pregnant woman in 1720. It's illegal. He sends them both back to jail and delays the hanging. Dad is still up here in South Carolina with all of his Irish money. He bails out Anne and brings her home. She remarries. That's husband number 2, but guy number 4. We're going to count Mary because we don't really know. Yeah, I know, right? She has 4 kids and dies at the age of 84. Very abrupt ending because we don't know jack squat about her after her pirate career. That is actually fact. Everything is speculative fiction for that matter. Mary Reed died 5 months later in that Jamaican jail from whatever pirates die from in a Jamaican jail. Use your imagination. Most books will tell you that it was indeed fever. I say make it romantic, call it scurvy. Why the hell not? We're talking pirates. Now, I'm not going to control this environment. Like I said, you can ask whatever you want to. I'm just going to tell you a few things that I left out on purpose, just so you have something to work with. I do not expect, by the way, the EMF. If you get any EMF in here, the 2.5 is exciting, just so you know. And the closer you go to those bushes, you're going to get things from the parking meters and the 2 electrical poles on the corner. So 2.5 back here is where I normally get pretty excited. Now, as far as questions, I did not tell you the name of Anne Bonny's parents. That's the father and the mistress. So kind of look for those. The name of the city where Anne grew up in Ireland. You can ask about that. The name of Calico Jack's ship and the color of Anne Bonny's hair. All other questions are fair game. I usually say if you smoke tobacco and drink rum, have at it. You'll probably attract her even more, like, to get her over here. So kind of keep that in mind, too. This is not the prominent English woman where I'm like, please be as respectful as possible. This is a kick-ass female pirate. Kick her in the shins and get your answers. Like, that's kind of how I look at this place. So if any other tourists come through here, just point your cameras the other direction. But we are going to spread out through the whole location. Let's do it.
Okay. You have to look for something.
See what?
I thought you turned it off.
Why did I turn it
It's
off?
not picking up anything.
Nope.
I thought you...
Nope. Sure did.
Excuse me? I'm seeing stuff on the roof.
It's the shape of the roof. We get it all the time.
Oh, looks like
Okay, let's hold it up because you're recording. Let's walk this way.
And it's a cool looking building though. I'm glitching. I bet I look funny. I should start dancing.
whoa, there's something sitting in the tree. Whoa, it's moving.
Let me see.
Well, it's like moving. It's like moving back and forth. It's like moving back and forth.
I think that's just the tree leaves and
It looks
stuff.
like
Yeah,
it's-
but that looks pretty cool.
Oh.
I'm cold too. It's okay. You don't have to talk into it like a phone.
I think I got blonde. Because
Blonde?
I asked it once. And I think it said blonde, but I'm not 100% sure.
Ask him.
Well, I'm going to ask again.
Anything 2.5 or higher. Back here. Walk up back this way. Up that way, he said you'll probably get some.
Not one. It's also, tell me the silly things that you're hearing. It might not always be the correct answer to your question. Some people, believe it or not, don't even ask questions. They just wait for things to come up and see if it actually sticks.
Just tell me something.
Again, I've already asked the question. Telling Ann doesn't know we're here because I come here every night. So a lot of people are okay with like, hey, I just asked the questions by giving them to you while we were back here. But again, Amanda over there is asking questions left and right. He's getting zero. These you're getting 0.6 and 7.
I heard 25 views. 25 views.
Zane is spinning on the camera. Future footage. Dancing.
You get another 4, 8? No. No?
Not too much, baby. But this was our last stop, so not much longer. And are you here? I know, there's the generic one. Wrong question. What did you do when you came back here? What's your favorite type
And
of
obviously you
brown?
got the gist of that. It's like a stand and hold it. And
I'm
again,
still asking questions though.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody else will get the
Correct.
answers. I asked her what her favorite rum was. I like rum.
it would have just been bootleg rum. There's no brands back then. Yeah.
You'll probably
Keep me
like
around. How's your word list coming? Try to scoot on by like you don't have anything.
Help, fear them, or leave. Fear them.
Yeah, a whole lot of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna have some spooky terms in there, but I mean, look at the rest of that stuff. Like soften, like that. Like that's not a scary term,
Scale.
Mhm.
right? But it's you were asking me like where are these coming from? Those are your radio station hertz. It's just sweeping through them, and then there's 9,100 words in there. That's the size of the dictionary that's in there. Now most of the other apps that claim to do this only have about 500 words in it. The
Wow.
Obelisk is expensive, or obviously.
Did you find something?
I found one.
Yeah, that's
I do a lot of business.
Big minutes?
Big minutes.
Big minutes?
Give me like a 4 already in here. Which is
Do you want to do this?
I don't want to do that, but I don't want to do this.
Well, that's it for now, honey. We're almost done. I haven't seen anything under 51 or 51 yet. I haven't come over this way.
Green. Just kidding. That's green? Oh, green. Oh, that's crazy. That's green? That's, oh yeah, that's green. Or that's clean.
Why are you so bored?
I said, just tell you.
You like
What's your parents' name?
So, just said
My mommy's
Alan Coward. And then I was asking her who Alan Coward was. And then I heard like he tried so hard to be friends. But it's not like a
Tell him that.
Who? What? What'd you get?
Tell Nick.
Why is everybody dancing?
We're dancing.
You're the one who's like glitching a lot. You're glitching so much. Oh, you look like a demon. You look green.
I like green.
Yeah, but you're pink. Ew! The white it makes
Now I
you
gotta
have
dance.
like demon eyes.
Dance.
Oh, that's a figure. Figure doing.
Tried so hard to be friends earlier, and then I asked again, and it said he fell in love. So I have no idea who that is. Or what
Careful,
that means.
Briella.
Or if it's just like,
anything else that may have stood out? And what was the question that you asked that got tried so hard to be friends?
I asked who Alan Coward was.
So it's a dude that she tried to be friends with.
Well, he tried to be friends with her. Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting my face.
Well, we could also look at, we're still near Philadelphia Alley, where two friends actually had a falling out. And they tried hard to be friends, even though Ralph shot Doc Ladd in the kneecap, not trying to kill him, but he did anyway. So we could look at it in a multitude of ways until we have something else to solidify it.
I got a 4.1.
It's another, you know, kind of a right in the middle. 4.1. He's blowing my mind tonight.
Are you looking at yours? She's
Hers is
not
actually,
bored.
the electrician one, doesn't always give us the sensitivity that the one that Aiden has. It's another reason why I wanted her to go with the colored one as well, because that one is actually more sensitive than the one he has. So if he's getting a 4.1, she should be right in the middle at like yellow.
Yeah.
Like at around 10. Yes.
My mom got scratched. Is there like anything scratch or something?
Oh, she got scratched on her list. Is that what you're telling me? I thought you were trying to tell me
I
her mom
did
got
too.
scratched. Not to my knowledge.
Something got scratched?
I thought she was trying to tell me. I was like, okay, I got my first aid kit with me. We're good.
Yeah, I thought she did too. That's what I thought she was saying.
Alright, let's see. So what am I looking for?
It just say it's going to be blue. You're looking for the coolness.
So,
Okay. You want to find, I think he said 51. See how that marks the coolest spot? You're looking for anything 51 and under. But
and under.
it might also show like a cool figure if it's a person.
There we go.
Can you do the worm? Can you do the worm?
Hold on. Ooh, right here, I'm getting like 50.
Well, there's nothing over here.
50 what? 50 what?
50.3.
You're looking for anything under 51. You're close, but keep it up. Remember, you want to... Okay, so he told me you want to point it... Or you want to keep the wall and the frame. He said pointing it at the walls and stuff. And if you see a blue dot, that's under... It has to be under 51, okay? And he said try and point it more lower. Don't point it at the sky. Not all the way low. But, like, you still want to... The top of the wall is where you want it to be at the top of the frame, okay?
Have you got anything
I
yet?
got Democrat.
Democrat? Oh, go at,
No,
tell-
my mom already said it. I'm letting my mom have the iPad thing for a little bit.
I wish I can trade things with you with that, but we can't.
Yeah, I know.
Because I really want that.
I know. Ugh.
She's trying to get
Anything
them to
over here?
Can you say something, Ghost?
Wait.
Maybe my
Ask,
my thing can talk what you are saying. Average. I got average.
Oh, I really want that, but I'm not in the group. All my tools are so boring. Mine's this weird thing.
Mine's not showing anything. You want to switch?
Sure.
I got average.
What do I do with that?
You're looking for orbs, the little white balls that come towards you.
That's
Yeah, it's the light.
I heard red.
Ooh.
Red.
So you said we always have to have one person in the frame?
Oh.
And we're looking for cold spots.
Right there,
Are you
I
here?
see something.
Oh no, I have to say yes. I got question. What was your
I see
dad's name? Was
something.
it Alan? Because I think I heard Alan. Is your dad?
Right there.
What's your father's name?
A white board.
Also, it looked like. Oh, so that's the coldest spot up there, which is the roof.
They said to point it down.
Yeah. Bob. Is his dad's name Bob?
Yeah, that's a light. Never mind. What is the cause of your death?
Amanda got Bob. She got Bob.
I got Bob too.
Wait, what does this say? What does this say?
I got Bob too. Okay. What was your mom's name? It was Kelly. Then I heard that too.
I just got prison.
Ooh.
I asked how they died, and it said prison.
Ooh. Wait, he told us that, right?
Yeah.
He said one of them died in prison. In Jamaica?
Are you the person?
Said unavailable.
Are you the person that?
And this is the first time I just
The
heard it. It said unavailable, and I
Are
think I
you
heard
the
Bob.
person that?
But it's just like I'm like, am I? It's so fast. And I heard red and together. No.
Blast? Did like a blast happen?
Oh, you hold it.
That sounds like music. That sounded like music.
Yeah.
I just got blast. Was the person
That's the most I've ever
blast
heard
from
the whole time.
prison?
You want to try the sweet one? So you said don't grab it on this one. Because that's for the camera. Oh, see, that's not working.
And it said
You have to always
prison,
keep one of us in
and then
frame.
I said,
Oh, okay. So you're looking for blue spots, like really cold spots.
somebody, like, what?
What'd you ask? What's your name?
I asked what was your dad's name and what was your mom's name, and then I heard Bob, and then I moved on to the ship. What was Calico Jack's ship called?
What was the name of the ship?
I asked how to die. Was it the blast? How old were you when you died? How old were you when you died? Please answer.
A lot of static.
See, that's what I got like the whole time. Pretty much.
Hello? Can you say a word? I would like to know who you are. What's your name, Rebecca?
All right, guys, let's rein this one in. Let's kind of see what we got going on here.
I'll switch you back.
Ava.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Darn good answer. Because Mary Reed did, Mary did die in prison. Just hit the buttons on the side.
Here. Also, I might have heard Bob.
Okay, well, Barb.
But I don't know if that's like it's okay.
I heard win, or I'm reading win from the.
Bob win.
Oh.
But I feel like I heard more in this parking lot than anywhere else.
Yeah, you actually did.
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna sit there. I'm scared.
So we did get at 10:15, right? You said orange to yellow? In the middle ground there? So that's kind of validation for Aiden. He and I were talking about that because he had a bunch of 4s, and yours is more sensitive. So the fact that you had a 10 to a 15 over on the other side of the tree kind of validates the readings that he was getting. So,
Yes.
so we did get the answer of Anne Bonnie's hair color, which was what?
Red.
Red. We did get a direct answer. You're not blind cold? Wow, he's gonna pop an eardrum in there.
Turn it down, dude.
Turn it down a little bit so you don't blast yourself in the ear.
He loves loud music.
Help him, sister, if
All
you
you're
need
gonna
it.
have to do is look straight ahead. It'll line up with you. Try to look straight ahead and not down. You'll start hitting like virtual reality buttons and you don't want to. Okay. Aiden, that seems like an odd job to have, but you're doing something brand new that I've never done before in this location, so hopefully you're going to hear a voice that's not mine. Alright, so Davion, what color is a blue banana? Perfect, he can't hear me. So, hopefully he remembers that he's supposed to speak. A lot of people get underneath that thing and they forget to talk.
Yeah, I can hear it from right here.
Yeah, but is he going to remember to tell me everything he hears? Okay, Henry, if you're here, this is Davion. You can hear whatever you want us to hear. We also have Aiden trying a new box for us tonight. Your voice can be heard through the little box that he is holding. And then, of course, you know the green box, but this is Amanda. She can see whatever you want us to see. So, Henry, let's start off with something about your occupation.
I'm sorry. I heard that. That was an accident.
Henry, let's start off with your occupation, please. What did you do for a living? How did you earn your money? Let's start off nice and slow. Rilla, do me a favor. Lift up one of his earmuffs and tell him to tell us what he's hearing.
Tell us what you're hearing.
What?
Tell us what you're hearing.
Okay.
Henry, can you tell us what sounds we just heard out of the church? Henry, which sound did we just hear out of the church?
Listening
We were listening. Can you tell us what sound it was?
in the box.
Are you talking about
Strong.
the new box that Aiden is holding? Are you wondering what that is? It's basically like a voice amplifier. We can hear you. You won't have to use just the box that you normally use. You can go to the other one here in the middle, and we can hear your voice.
Welcome, start, Sophia.
Sophia's name pops up on there a lot, like it's some kind of spooky name. Henry,
2000.
Henry, let's get back to what you did as your
Colin.
occupation. Man, any images at all? You have Andrew?
Did you say Amber?
Is somebody else here with Henry Timrod tonight?
Family.
Which part of his family is here?
Health.
Should I tap him on the shoulder?
I said
No.
Henry. Who else is here with you? You have the name Andrew.
I heard hell.
Oh yeah, him.
except. He's good.
He's good. Who's good? We need names, Henry. Verify.
Yeah.
Tell us who's here with you.
Calculations.
Amanda, you got nothing?
No, I just see like a white.
Go ahead and take that off for a second.
Okay.
Answer questions.
We're trying to get
Sorry, Henry.
to answer questions. We've had nights where this hasn't given us anything, but I don't want tonight to be one.
Everyone.
There's just like a white
Yep.
galaxy thing.
Yep. Henry, I want to know more about this Andrew person. Get in there. Down a little bit. Do your check mark. Let's start session. And then
Sometimes.
you're going to have 4 buttons along the bottom. It's the left button for seer session.
Strength.
We got sometimes in
Okay. Henry, we need things that are more specific to that. We should have a check mark.
Held them.
Just hold the center on there.
we got held them.
Henry, back to your occupation. What did you do for a living?
Ford. 413.
Did you get it started?
Dance.
You got a seer session? Henry.
Friday game night.
Okay, Henry, let's
300 a month.
Henry, is that how much you were being paid for your poetry? That's a yes/no question.
Activity. Free falling. Ever.
Henry,
Under control.
let's go a little bit further into your work. Can you tell us what you used to write about? What did you write about? What was so important? Amanda hasn't had any images yet. Use the green box too.
Populated.
Henry, it's been about 6 minutes already.
Noah.
You know,
Shadow.
you know we only do this for 4 minutes, or 10 minutes. Which means we're down to 4. Henry, are you worried that I brought a bunch of kids here, a bunch of children, to make you uncomfortable?
Total.
Normally,
Seems to be pretty.
we don't have this many kids on the tour. all the
Trouble. Cool.
time. Henry, are you staying
Wanna
awake?
dance?
A lot of dance terms. You had dance earlier. And fire.
I know. Come on, Henry.
What's that word, like the Ouija board that's coming? Anything crazy?
Bruce? Bruce, I don't know.
Henry,
Free.
any terminology at all. I would like for you to try the middle box that we're using so we can hear your actual voice. You don't have to use the frequencies through the other box. You can use your own voice with the one in the middle.
Truck bed. Effort. More here. Others.
There's nobody else here. I know you don't like the crowds. We're the only group here.
Dialing.
Layla.
Number 1. She's so young.
Anyway.
Now he's talking about his wife.
Radio.
Henry, did you want to talk about your wife?
April.
Not my wife. Your wife.
African.
I'm not ignoring what you're saying. I hear you. Nothing about this.
Cross.
Henry,
Oh yeah.
can you give us an image and we'll call it a night? Give us any image.
Cash out anytime.
Henry, we'll take one image and we'll call it a night. We'll leave you alone.
The sky.
Henry,
With the trouble.
we're down to about a minute. I'm trying to make a deal here.
So much.
Any
I've
EMF
had
readings at all?
terrible.
Nothing.
I haven't been looking.
Okay, Henry, we're gonna call it a night. Can you say goodnight to us?
Bag every gallon. Friday.
Ministry and scripture.
And he had the word cross earlier. I was asking about the church itself, other than just the sounds. Like, I thought it was going to start off good because he actually said listening as soon as I asked about the sound.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, maybe we're going to have a good
Story.
session tonight. He likes that word story. It's like the third time he's heard it tonight.
Probably not.
Henry, we're going to say goodnight. Are you okay with that? Alright, Briella, go ahead and tap him on the knee. I think we're going to call it. Aiden, go ahead and peel off your headphones. Does anybody else want to check out Aiden's device? Like, those headphones are pretty nuts. Before I actually stop the recording, well, I kind of, neither one of you get up. None of you.